Cataclysm! In the blink of an eye, the crust of reality has been torn open by the loathsome sorcery of the Skaven. Crooked scaffolds and warpstone thrust their way into the realms. From the rift, an endless flow of scab-furred abominations pour forth. The Vermin Doom has been unleashed. But from the skies arrived the Stormcast Eternals, Sigmar's armoured warriors of the Ruination Chamber, sent forth into the maelstrom of battle to save the realms from the tide of Ratmen. Here at Hell's Claw, the Stormcast discipline must hold, lest the heartlands of Aqshy be devoured. This is the time of turmoil. This is the era of war. This is the Age of Sigmar. Welcome one and all to the mortal realms for a game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, where the hour of ruin is upon us. My name's Nick, and we're really lucky to be joined by a very special guest, Warhammer Age of Sigmar games developer Jimbo. Dude, how you doing? You're right.
It's good to be here.
Good to have you, man.
The Vermin Doom has been unleashed in the realm of Aqshy, and hordes of foul Skaven are pouring forth into the coastline of the Great Parch in drove.
But the God King Sigmar has sent his most veteran Stormcast Eternals to stem the swarm of vermin. These are mighty warriors, and they're here to quell the Skaven's plans and take the fight back into the North.
Now, as Nick is noble, honourable, and loves his Warhammers,
True.
he's leading these brave Stormcast Eternals of the Hallowed Knights Stormhost into battle.
And as Jimbo is scheming and nefarious, at least so I've heard, he's in charge of the Skaven horde led by Clawlord Scalpelt.
We're playing the Border War battle plan from the First Blood Match Play battle pack from the Warhammer Age of Sigmar core rules.
There are 4 objective markers on the board. We'll score victory points for controlling those as the game goes on. Thanks to the twist in this battle plan, we could score even more points for holding other objectives too.
Of course, we have battle tactics we can score too, and they are worth big points. The player who scores the most victory points after 4 battle rounds will claim victory, and glory shall be theirs.
Oh, the stakes are huge, Jimbo. We fight for the Great Parch and civilization itself. Let's check out the armies we're taking into battle. The Stormcast Eternals are sentinels of the Bleak Citadel and sent to Hell's Claw to turn back the tide of Skaven. Lord Vigilant Valar Greylock of the Hallowed Knights leads this brave force into battle, mounted atop an imposing Gryffstalker. A consummate hero of Sigmar, the God King has entrusted him with destroying the Ratmen. Lord Terminus Heldron cuts a dark shape within the sombre Ruination Chambers, his blade Terminus destined to end the lives of Skaven and, in the ritual of the crossing of the last, fatally wounded Stormcast alike. Chosen from those whose hatred of chaos eclipsed all else, Lord Veritant Regina Crowcall has trained to hunt down corruption wherever it lurks, using the light of their swords and lantern to expose ruinous taint. Knight Quester Alfric Leodus has been chosen by the God King, summoned before his throne and granted a mission of the utmost import. Operating alone of his brethren, his objective may not be the same as theirs. The Liberators are the backbone of the God King's battle lines. Marching out from beneath rolling thunderheads, their shining ranks are built for sudden assaults and unbreakable front lines. Many legends sing of the shining angels known as prosecutors, who streak through the heavens as vengeful meteors, able to weave through the skies with a raptor's grace to avoid the attentions of their enemies. Not knowing how many reforgings they have left until oblivion, each elite Reclusian fights like a lion, completely unburdened by the fear of death. They go to war in small numbers, for each warrior was a champion of legend in their prime. In the midst of battle, my lines will be bolstered by heaven-sent reinforcements to take the fight back to the Ratmen. Heroes to the last, Stormcast Eternals can choose when it is to be their finest hour and help swing the battle in the favour of the forces of Sigmar. As sentinels of the Bleak Citadels, I can offer the protection of Sigmar himself with an ancient aura at crucial moments, but I'll need to choose when to use it wisely.
A mighty claw horde of Skaven pour from the giant Cataclysm in Aqshy, eager to devour the mortal realms in the name of the Horned Rat. Clawlord Scalpelt leads his verminous hordes into battle, but often from the back. You don't rise to be a Clawlord by taking too many risks, of course. Gracie of Reek wields the Law of Ruin to bring magical destruction upon his targets, often in the opposition army, but not always. Warlock Engineer Shriek Longsight of Clan Scryer carries a Warplock musket, perhaps the most accurate weapon the Skaven can produce. Clan Rats are the unwashed masses of the clan's verminous. They are the dregs of the Ratmen society, considered entirely disposable by their masters. But in Sigmar's name, there are a lot of them. The power of the clan's moulder is built on the broad shoulders of the Rat Ogres, dull-witted brutes, driven entirely by instinct and the agonising goading of their creators. Skilled snipers amongst the clan's Scryer take up Warplock Jezzails, from which they can spit death from the rearmost ranks, the safest place on the battlefield. The Rattling Warp Blaster is powered by a ludicrously overcharged Warpstone accelerator battery, and if it works properly, can be devastating to the enemy ranks. The lurking vermintide of the Skaven forces can spring up from gnaw holes as they appear all over the battlefield, ambushing the Stormcast Eternals where they least expect it. These insidious ratmen are always 3 claw steps ahead of the enemy, and will use all their vermin cunning to surround the foe. The claw hordes of Clans Verminous are amongst the most ferocious of all Skaven, claw-picked for their hatred of the forces of order in the mortal realms.
The gnaw has just burst out of the ground here in the Great Parch in Akshi, and the Skaven are scurrying out all over the place. Sigmar has sent down the Stormcast Eternals to stop them, so how about here? The Stormcast Eternals are the attackers, and you're the defenders as the Skaven. Sound good?
That sounds great to me,
All right,
let's do it.
man, let's go.
As Nick has no faction terrain to deploy, I placed a gnaw hole in my back lines bursting out of the ground.
Being the attacker, it was up to my Stormcast Eternals to use their deployment abilities first. My first regiment to be deployed was, of course, my General's Regiment. This is my Lord Vigilant on his Gryffstalker, 2 units of Liberators, and my Night Quester. Jimbo then set up a regiment, starting with the Sorcerer's Grey Seer placed down on the table. Now the rest of the regiment is his unit of Rat Ogres, and he's actually going to use the Lurking Vermintide rule here to set them off the table, and they will arrive later on. My next regiment was the Lord Terminus, my Reclusians, and the Prosecutors. Here I actually chose to use the Celestial Realms rule and set them all up off the table so they could zap down later on.
I deployed my Warlock Engineer and his regiment in the centre of the battlefield to provide fire support on both flanks. After Nick deployed his Lord Veritant, I placed down my General and his regiment, covering the battlefield in Clan Rats.
So as I deployed my miniatures first, Jimbo, that means the Stormcast Eternals can choose who goes first or second. Actually, in the first battle round, I'm going to let you go first and let you come to me. Yeah. So here we go, man.
Okay,
over
let's
to
do
you.
it.
Have a great game.
And you. Well, I'm going to use the Splinters of Vermin Doom ability, and I'm going to have another gnaw hole punching its way through the floor.
Another one.
Here it comes out,
no.
over here, near your
Nice.
back lines. There we go. Both players gain 4 command points, and because we're both contesting our objectives in our home territory, we both gain control of those objectives. For my battle tactic, I pick Take Their Land, and I pick these rocks near this gnaw hole. My General uses the Cruel Commander ability on these Clan Rats, which slays one, but they're expendable. My Grey Seer scoffs down some Warpstone shards and then casts Skitterleap, teleporting him to close to this objective. Nick then used Magical Intervention to chant a prayer with his Lord Veritant and gain 2 ritual points. In my movement phase, I sent all my Clan Rats forward, the unit on the right-hand side running an extra 6 inches to try and capture an objective. Then it was time to move my big guns forward, with the Rattling Warp Blaster leading the way, getting in range of the Stormcast Eternals. Like all good Skaven leaders, my Claw Lord moved up to the rear, bravely leading his troops from a safe position. And finally, I'm going to delve into the tunnels below the ground and find those Rat Ogres. They're going to use the Gnawhole Ambush ability.
Nice.
And they're going to pop out over here.
Bit too close for my liking.
Nick declines to use any abilities in my movement phase. Okay, I'm going to shoot with the Rat Ogres into your General.
Ah, your Warp Fire gun, of course. Well, my General's got the enhancement in the Mirror Shield, so you can't actually target them at this range, so choose someone else.
Oh, the Lord Veritant's standing there, and
Yeah.
they look a good target.
They are indeed. Perfect. Only 4 shots? Oh well.
Oh well. 2s to hit.
You would be, but my Lord Veritant is a guarded hero. They're near to the Liberators, so -1 to hit. Still going to be 4 hits though. Pretty good.
Can I wound you? On 4s.
2 wounds, not bad at all.
Could be worse.
2 wounds at Rend 2. I've got a 5 up save against this. I've passed 1, but taken 1 damage. I'm on fire.
The Rattling Warp Blaster is going to open up on your Liberators with its hail of Warpstone bullets, but I'm going to use more Warpstone bullets.
Oh, yeah, he's really crank it fast. Well, I don't like that at all, Jimbo, and I'm actually going to use one of my command points here as a reaction, all-out defense, to help them maybe stay alive a bit longer.
It's brutal.
It's an absolutely ridiculous amount of attacks. So, go for it, man. What you got?
31 attacks, it's 4s to hit. The 6s are critical auto wounds, which means they automatically wound. I don't need to make a wound roll for them.
We'll just put this to one side. I could be in trouble there.
However, because of the more warp bullets, the any 1s are actual mortal damage on me. So I've taken 3 damage on my Ratling.
Got away with that,
Blaster.
you know.
It wasn't too bad.
You've done a very Skaven-y 13 wounds there. I've got a 3-up save thanks to my all-out defense in your round 1. Oh, okay, you've done some real damage there. That is 2 of Sigmar's fine Stormcast Eternals slain.
So next up, my Warplock Engineer is going to take a couple of pot shots with his Warplock musket at those Liberators.
Go for Liberators. Well, do you know what? I am behind the obstacle, so that's cover.
It is.
-1 to hit.
It is. Normally 3s goes to 4s.
And he's missed once as a result, so 1 hit.
1 hit. 3s to wound.
No, he's failed.
Nothing.
Just bounces off my shield.
Oh dear,
no worries.
oh dear, oh dear. And then the Warplock Giselles are going to shoot the Liberators.
Yeah, sure. Well, these guys are also behind obstacles, so -1 to hit for the cover. Oh, they've hit twice. Not bad.
And they're both crit auto wounds.
Nice. That's 2 automatic wounds going through. Down to a 4-up save for these Liberators. So here we go. Okay, so I passed 1, but 1 has been shot in the head. What's the damage?
2.
2. That kills the Stormcast dead.
The Rat Ogres attempted a charge into the Stormcast lines, but they failed. So at the end of the turn, I used my Seething Swarm ability on my Clan Rats, and D3 come back to life.
Can you get 1? You did.
Well done, me.
So Jimbo, that's the end of your turn, and I think you've probably scored quite a few victory points.
I have. I've got 2 victory points for holding 1 objective, 2 victory points for holding 2 objectives, 2 victory points for holding more objectives than you.
Haven't got 1 yet.
And I've got my battle tactics. I'm holding that piece of terrain.
Brilliant work. So you're scoring 10 victory points. That's a great turn. Well done.
Thank you.
At the start of the Stormcast Eternal's first turn, it was time to use the Tactical Gambit ability to choose a battle tactic. Now here, I'm going to get stuck into those Skaven. I've chosen Do Not Waver. The Sentinels of the Bleak Citadel's battle formation lets me choose an Ancient Aura to protect one of my miniatures, and here I've chosen my Lord Vigilant. As for their finest hour, I've chosen this unit of Liberators to go and smash those Clan Rats up. Then my Lord Veritant chanted a prayer to Sigmar to bless their own weapons, and thanks to the ritual points I already had in the bank, my prayer was answered. The last thing I'll do in my hero phase is the command rally on these Liberators to hopefully get some warriors back. Let's see what I can do here. That's going to be 2 4+s. That's 2 health has been regenerated back to the unit. 1 Liberator joins that unit from the dead. So that's all my hero abilities in my hero phase. What about you?
I'm going to use my 3 Claw Steps Ahead ability on my Grey Seer, and he's going to make a move.
Okay.
He's going to move to here.
He's getting very brave.
He is. He's now going to use Magical Intervention. I'm going to go for Warp Gale, and I'm going to pick your General. I've cast it on an 8 because of Magical Intervention.
Okay, the Staff of Abjuration on my Lord Veritant has a chance to unbind it, so I'll try and do that now. Okay, I've just failed. So the staff hasn't worked. The spell goes through, but I am a member of the Ruination Chamber, my General, and I have a chance to resist you. If I can roll a 4+, I will do so. Okay, so there it is. The Ruination Chamber has come into effect and bounced your spell and kept me safe. As the movement phase began, this unit of Liberators moved up towards those Clan Rats to try and clear them off that objective. My Lord Vigilant and the Lord Veritant together went towards those accursed Rat Ogres to clear them off the board. In the middle of the battlefield, my Liberators and the Knight Questor both used the run ability to get as far forward as they possibly could into the centre and behind cover. That's all my move abilities done, but I've got the Scions of the Storm ability to bring down some reserves. I'm going to take you out, man. Let's go. Once the Prosecutors have arrived, the Reclusians, followed by the Lord Terminus, then arrive behind Jimbo's lines. So onto the shooting phase, and my Prosecutors are throwing their Stormcall Javelins at those Warplock Giselles. I've managed to score 2 hits. Now time to roll to wound. And it's going to be 1 wound, but it is rend 1.
5s.
No, it's going to be damage D3, so perhaps I kill one that's 2 health each, right? How much damage can I do? It's going to be 3 damage to the unit.
Oh dear.
That's going to be 1 Giselle slain.
My Warplock Giselles are going to use the Covering Fire ability and shoot back at the Prosecutors. Here we go. So I'll be hitting on 5s because of Covering Fire.
Okay, so there's 1 hit.
And it's a critical hit, so it's automatically wounding.
What's the rend on this?
It's 2.
So that's a 5-up save for a Prosecutor. Come on, in Sigmar's name. No, 1's been taken down. What's the damage?
It is 2 damage.
That's going to kill a Prosecutor dead. Onto the charge phase, and up first, the Lord Vigilant and the Lord Veritant are going to team up to take down those rat ogres. On the right of the battlefield, those liberators have made the charge into that massive mob of clown rats, and at the bottom, the prosecutors have made their long charge into the Jezzails thanks to their Heralds of Righteousness ability. Now I tried to make a charge here with the Reclusians into that Clawlord, but I didn't roll high enough, so instead they've charged into the Gnaw to try and smash that piece of terrain up instead. So onto the combat phase, and I didn't have any combat abilities, but Jimbo did. Here, his rat ogres unleashed Warp Fury, sending them into a crazed rage, but costing them 3 mortal damage in the process. The Lord Vigilant has activated, using the fight ability into the rat ogres, and swung his hallowed axe around his head, using all-out attack. Now the rat ogres here have cleverly used all-out defense to mean they get a save, and now it's time for them to take some of those saves. 1 saved, but that is going to be 3 going through at 2 damage apiece.
6 in total.
Now the mighty Gryffstalker with its beak and claws hits on a 3 or more, and it's going to be 2, and wounds on a 3 or more as well. It is just 1, but it's not going to be enough to kill that rat ogre, but he's been in a bad way.
Rend 1, so I do have a 5-up save.
But you passed, well done.
Okay, and in response, my rat ogre will then try and hit your Lord Veritant. He's got Unleash Warp Fury for an extra attack.
Wow, that's quite the roll, man. Only 1 miss, not bad at all.
3s to wound.
Surely not as good as last time roll.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's 3. 4 plus save. Here we go. The Lord Veritant has saved 2, but what's the damage?
It is 2.
Ooh, that's not good. The prosecutors fought next into those horrible Jezzails, got loads of hits, and thanks namely to me having +1 damage on a charge on their Stormcall Javelins, wiped them all out. Jimbo activated this big unit of clown rats next, fighting into my liberators using all-out attack to try and take them down, but it's their finest hour and he's only managed to do 3 damage to the unit, which has killed one of my warriors. The Lord Veritant activated next, and they were trying to take down that rat ogre with the fight ability. Unfortunately for me, even though I did some wounds, the rat ogre's all-out defense came into play here and I still haven't killed it. The Liberators fought back into that massive block of clown rats on the right of the table, but only managed to kill 3 of them. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the table, the Reclusians have smashed that Gnaw to pieces. At the end of the turn, Jimbo had an ability to use here. It was Seething Swarm on those clown rats. He gets D3 models back. He's brought back 2 of the 3 I just killed. So let's have a look at the victory points I've got now. I only hold the 1 objective I had at the start of the game. You still hold the rest of them. But I did make my battle tactic, so I have scored those. This is only 6 points to the Stormcast Eternals. That means I'll be the underdog in the next battle round, which it's time for now. At the end of battle round 1, the scores are 10 victory points to 6 in favour of the Skaven. Battle round 1 has seen the Skaven swarming all over the tabletop, but the Scions of the Storm have arrived to bring the fight in Sigmar's name. Jimbo's on to battle round 2, super crucial, and of course first is the priority roll. I really need this.
Okay, I really want it as
well.
well.
The barman, what have you got? Oh,
big
it's a big 6. I think I'm in trouble here. Yeah, you've got it, man. Do you want to go first?
I'm going to have to take it, I think. So I will go first. However, you will be the underdog, so you will get an extra command point for this battle round. Once more, another Gnaw bursts forth upon the battlefield. In the second battle round, I decide to pick the Do Not Waver battle tactic. Maintaining discipline in his army, my Clawlord uses the Cruel Commander ability, slaying another clan rat, but making them just a bit better at holding those objectives. So my Grey Seer is going to eat his Warpstone shards yet again, so I can roll 3d6, and I'm going to try and cast Skitterleap once more.
Very good. Well, before you do, my Lord Veritant can sense Unholy Sorcery, so you're at -1 to cast.
Well, okay, so I normally need a 6, goes to a 7.
Oh.
There we go, 13. So the spell is successfully cast and cannot be unbound. However, I do take D3 mortal damage for the pleasure.
Oh, do you? Do you mind if I roll out for you?
Fine, go ahead.
You're taking 3 mortal damage, come on!
The Rappling Warp Blaster and the Warlock Engineer move over towards this objective. The Clan Rats and the Clawlord turn tail to face the Stormcast that have landed behind them. Okay, I'm now going to retreat my Rat Ogre from combat, and normally he would take D3 mortal damage from retreating, but he is too quick to hit. So no mortal damage taken by me. Okay, now the Rattling Warp Blaster is going to use its hail of Warpstone bullets and try and shoot these prosecutors out the sky.
They are behind the obstacle, so -1 to hit.
Yes.
17 plus the 3, that's 20
21.
shots.
Wow. So I'm hitting you on 5s. I do have crit auto wound though, so let's see some 6s.
Roll low, Jimbo. That's a lot. That's a few hits in there. So here we go, here's my 4+ saves for the prosecutors. Okay, that's 3 failed saves. That's going to be 3 damage going through to the unit. That's going to kill one of my prosecutors and leave 1 damage left in the pool. That's not great.
And next, my Warlock Engineer will try and finish him off with his shot. So 2
Nice.
shots. Hitting on 3s normally goes to 4s.
This is 1 hit.
3s to wound.
Oh, it's a wound.
There we go.
What's the rend on this?
It is Rend 2.
2, so it's going to be a 5-up save. My prosecutor champion, come on. Oh, no, in Sigmar's name. My prosecutor champion has been slain.
The Claw Lord levels his rattling pistol at the Reclusians and shoots them, inflicting 1 damage onto the unit and also killing a Memorian. In a moment of unrat-likeness, the Claw Lord and the Clan Rats charge into the Reclusians. The Lord Terminos attempts a countercharge, but he fails. In the combat phase, I use the Claw Picked ability and pick my Claw Lord and the Clan Rat unit that charged as the recipients. They'll have extra Rend now. The Clan Rats attack the Reclusians, who use all-out defense. Can the Clan Rats' rusty knives get through that Stormcast armor?
So I've got 10 saves to make. Now your claw picked is rend 1, and I've got all out defense on, so it's still a 3-up save. My Sigmarite armor should protect me.
Let's see.
In Sigmar's name. Ooh, okay, so it's 3 fails. That is going to be enough to kill one of my Reclusians. So
Oh, dear.
Well done you. And you know what? There were some 1s in there as well for my save, so that last Memorian Descendant has been slain. Time for some revenge, Jimbo. My Reclusians, the elites that they are going to take down your Claw Lord on his Norbeast. Any reactions to this?
I'm going to use all that defense. I need him alive.
I thought you might. Here we go, hitting you in the face on 3s or more. Oh, okay, so it's a wonderful roll for the Reclusians.
Wow.
So this here is crit mortal, and that means you take 2 mortal damage straight away.
Ouch.
And the sequence ends for that dice, but these will be rolling 3s to wound. Oh, no! I've obviously not used the sharp side of the axes, as I've failed 4 times. Just 2 going through. They are rend 1 though.
Well, my all-out defense means it's still a 4-up save.
You've passed 1 of those, and so with the crit damage you took earlier on, that's going to be 4 going through in total.
Ouch! Squeak, squeak. The other unit of Clan Rats fight into the Liberators and manage to kill 2 of them. The Liberators swing back into the Clan Rats and smash 6 of them to a pulp. Okay, and now my Claw Lord's going to hit back these Reclusians. He's now a cornered rat because you've injured him with an extra 3 attacks. So, 8 attacks, hitting on 3s.
Roll bad. Oh, it's not a great roll, but you've got a few hits in there, I'll take that.
4s to wound here.
This is where I need to roll low, and he's not great, dude. It's only 2 going through. 4-up save, here we go. Oh, 1's managed to pass, but 1's gone through. What's the damage?
That's 2 damage.
That will kill one of the Reclusians, as there's 1 damage in the pool, so take another model off.
And now the Norbeast gets to attack. It has 4 attacks. So,
Okay.
hitting on 4s.
It's done real well. Can they kill the last one? Has 2 wounds.
2 go through.
3-up save for my Sigmarite armor. And it just bounces
heroes.
off. I was a little bit terrified there.
At the end of the battle round, the Seething Swarm ability brings more Clan Rats back to the battlefield. I'm going to spend a command point and use the command Power Through on my General.
Now that targets, I'm assuming, my Reclusian right next to you.
It does indeed.
And I'm in the Ruination Chamber, so there's a chance I can stop that happening. Here it goes, 4+. Oh, okay, it failed, so it does work.
D3 mortal damage on the unit.
Oh, okay, it's just the 1, I got away with that.
And then I'm going to use my General's Foul Hide to heal D3 damage.
No. That's
It's
3
the
as
big
well.
3! What a hero. And finally, I'm going to use the Endless Vermintide command and bring back a slain unit. So it's going to be those Jezzails.
Oh, they're back.
They are. Scoring victory points.
Yeah.
I get 2 for holding 1 objective, 2 for holding 2 objectives, 2 for holding more objectives than you.
You hold all of them.
I do indeed. I also get 2 for holding the objective in your territory.
The twist, of course.
Indeed.
Yes.
And then finally, I did get my battle tactic. I used fight ability with more than 2 units, and none of my units died, amazingly.
Does that mean you scored 12 victory points?
I have managed to get 12 victory points for the Great Horned Rats.
Okay, so on to the Stormcast Eternal's second turn, and first of all I chose my battle tactic to be attack on 2 fronts. It's time to take those objectives back from the Skaven. In the hero phase, I put the Ancient Aura down on my Lord Vigilant to help protect him. These Liberators have got their finest hour as they need to get rid of those Skaven Clan Rats, and my Lord Terminus will use the Envoy of the Heavens ability here to give himself a ward save as I lost a unit in the last turn. Then my Lord Veritant attempted to chant a prayer to Sigmar, bless weapons on themselves to help them in the oncoming fight. Unfortunately, I didn't roll high enough, but that's 5 ritual points being added to my pool.
I'm going to use my 3 claw steps ahead ability again, and my Gracier is going to bravely lead from the rear.
In the movement phase, my Lord Veritant headed towards that last Rat Ogre, while the Lord Vigilant on his Gryffstalker rode towards that Rattling Warp Blaster to take down the infernal machine. The Knight Questor has now moved to the right of the table to take on that mass of clown rats by that objective, and these Liberators are moving to the top of the table. I've got to take back my home objective from those Skaven. Then the Lord Terminus moved towards this other massive clown rats, hoping to harvest them with his huge axe. Jim, I'm going to use a command point here on Heaven Sent to have one of my destroy units return to the battlefield. It's your friends and mine, the Prosecutors.
Oh no!
And they're back right in the centre to try and take your home objective from you.
Oh gosh.
In the shooting phase, my Prosecutors opened up with their Stormcall Javelins, this time into Jimbo's General, that Clawlord. I've scored 2 hits, now it's time to try and wound him. They wound on a 3 or more as well.
Uh-oh.
And it's 1 wound, but it is rend 1.
5 up.
Oh, he saved it! Oh, swine.
The big cheese is safe.
So that's my shooting abilities done. I bet you've got some as well, haven't you?
I am. I'm going to use covering fire from the Jezzails and try and take down those Liberators.
Off you go, man.
So normally hitting on 4s, goes to 5s.
Yeah, I need you to miss real bad here. You have? Oh no!
Properly rolled badly.
So you got away with that. So onto the charge phase, and you know what? I've got loads of charges to make all over the board, and Sigmar be with me, I've made them all. Onto the combat phase then, and I haven't got any combat abilities to make, but Jimbo has. He's going to unleash Warp Fury on that last Rat Ogre. What a brave decision for a Skaven player. He's taken 2 mortal damage on that miniature, but if it survives, it'll be even more brutal in combat. So it's on to the fight abilities, and my Lord Terminus is going to go first to harvest those clown rats, and what's more, here I'll use my ability, Earn an Honourable Death, declaring my Prosecutors will fight straight away after he does. As for fight abilities, I'm going to pick my Lord Terminus first to execute your Skaven clown rats at the back over here. I've got 4 attacks. 3's a hit here, Jimbo. And, oh, he's only gone and got 2. It's not the best of rolls, but he is wounding on 2s. He has done 2. That is rend enough that you don't get a save from that.
Oh dear, sad times. How much damage?
3 damage apiece.
3?
6 dead clown rats, yep. With that done, thanks to Earn an Honourable Death from the Lord Terminus, my Prosecutors are going to strike right now. 2 or more. Well, there's 2 misses, which is not great, but still 5 going through.
Carry on like that, please.
3's to wound. And do you know what? That's 5 wounds at rend 1.
6 up.
And none.
Oh dear.
So with me damage +1 on a charge, it's going to be 10 dead clown rats from 2
Oh
Prosecutors.
dear. We go with the Rat Ogre, and he's got 6 attacks from his Unleashed Warp Fury.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, it's pretty good as well. 4 hits. Low. Think real low. Okay, I might have got away with this.
Just the 2.
So rend 1 is a 4+ save for my Lord Veritans. I've passed 1, but taken 1. What's the damage?
2.
Still going with just not quite enough damage to take them down. Ah, curses. As the result of rolling a 1 on my armor save, the Gryffcrow has fled the battlefield. Jimbo, I've got my Knight Questor who's going to fight next, and they're going to use all-out attack here to harvest some clown rats with this massive Warblade, hitting on a 2 or more. Missed 1 time. No crits, unfortunately, but still 4 hits.
Oh, well, 1's better than none.
And 3's to wound here. And he's got 3 wounds through at rend 1.
Rend 1. I do get a save then on a 6.
6 as it is.
Think of triple 6s, Nick.
No 6s.
No 6s.
That's 6 dead clown rats.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Jimbo then fought with the clown rats into those Liberators still holding out there. Unfortunately for me, Jimbo rolled really, really well and he's killed all the Liberators. My Liberators fought into these last Jezzails here and naturally smashed them down with their mighty warhammers. Then the Warlock Engineer fought into my Lord Vigilant. The fool, he's done nothing at all with his rusty dagger. Then it's time for my Lord Vigilant to attack to strike down that accursed Rattling Warp Blaster. It's going to be 2 wounds at rend 2.
Rend 2, you say? Okay, well, I've got a 4-up save normally, goes to a 6-up. Cheeky 6s needed.
Oh, you've got one there. It's going to be 2 damage going through. But can my faithful Gryffstalker rip that gun in half? He's on 4s. I got 2 hits.
Ooh, it's enough.
3's to wound here. It is 2 wounds.
Dear. 5s.
Oh, there it is. It's been ripped
just.
apart by the Gryffstalker.
Oh.
My Lord Veritan's going to strike back into your Rat Ogre. Can they take it down with their Staff of Abjuration? It's a hit. 3's to wound. They have wounded you.
Oh, let's see if I can save it.
That is a failed save,
no!
Kimbo. That's 3 damage. Bonk.
Oh dear.
The clan rats fought into those prosecutors and managed to kill one of them. That's the end of my turn. Jimbo, have you got any end of turn abilities to use?
I do. My general's foul hide is going to heal some more damage allocated to him.
I don't
it's
like it,
another
man.
D3.
Well, he's only taken 1 at the moment, so he's completely fine. He's loving it. Thanks to Seething Swarm, Jimbo brought back even more clan rats for me to destroy. Let's have a look at the scores, though. Now, I've taken back this objective and this objective from you, so I hold 2. As I was the underdog, and I hold this one, the twist says I score another 1, so that's going to be 5. And because I took these 2 back from you, that's my battle tactics score as well. That's going to be 9 victory points in total, so I'm catching you.
Oh, good round. Well done.
At the end of the second battle round, the Skaven have 22 victory points to the Stormcast Eternals 15. The Skaven's victory point lead has grown and grown. The Stormcast Eternals, though, are in the fight, smashing Skaven left, right and centre and taking objectives back from them. Battle round 3 is going to be crucial. Just before we head into the next battle round, I need to tell you about something pretty cool. If you're enjoying this epic battle report and you want to see loads more, well, you can. We have over 100 awesome episodes of battle reports to check out on Warhammer Plus, covering loads of Games Workshop's game systems. Alongside that, we have great Warhammer animations, Citadel Colour Masterclass, Lore Masters, and loads more. All of this is available if you subscribe to Warhammer Plus. There's a link in the description below. So give us a click and check out all this great Warhammer action. We'll see you there.
It's the priority roll for battle round 3.
So crucial.
Here we go.
Set the bar, man. What you got? Oh, it's only a 2. Okay, you know this one's mine. Here it comes.
Oh!
Beaten by 2. Do you want to go first, or let me go first, maybe?
I think I'll take it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But that, of course, I have got less points than you. I am still the underdog.
You are.
Very important.
Once more, another Norhole bursts forth on the battlefield, ready to spill out more rats. It's desperate measures with this battle tactic. I don't have many to choose from, so I go for Slay the Entourage. I need to try and kill that Lord Vigilant. Once again, my general uses Cruel Commander on the clan rats, killing another one. The Grey Seer then teleports out of danger onto this rickety wooden platform. He's safe for another battle round, I hope. Nick uses Magical Intervention on his Lord Veritan, who chants the Translocation Prayer and teleports across the battlefield to help out his Knight Questor. The Clawlord moves towards the Lord Vigilant as the clan rats in combat with the other Stormcast retreat, however staying in range of that objective to make sure they can contest it. The Clawlord fires at the Lord Vigilant, inflicting 1 damage upon it. The Clawlord bravely charges the Lord Vigilant. So I've used all the charge abilities in my charge phase. Do you want to do anything?
I absolutely do, Jimbo. I'm going to use 2 command points here and get that Lord Terminus to countercharge into those clan rats, because if I can take them down, you won't score points to that objective.
Oh dear.
Here we go. Can he make it in? And yeah, he wants it. In he goes.
In the combat phase, I use the Claw-Picked ability on my Clawlord. I'm going to start with my general, and he's going to try and fight your general, and I'm going to use all-out attack.
Are you now? Well, I will respond by using all-out defense.
5 attacks with my Warforged Halberd.
Oh, okay, so you've missed once.
Twins of 4s.
Okay, so it's 3
not bad, not bad.
going through. Not bad. 4s to save myself here. I've saved all 3!
Oh, no!
Oh, the power of Sigmar is with me. No wounds going through at all.
So the Norbeast attacks now. Normally hits on 4s, but it's on 3s now with
Okay.
all-out attack.
Can I do better than its master? It's already got
Starts off well.
Pretty good, yeah. Winning on 3s. And it's pretty good,
3.
Jimbo. 3 up save for my Sigmarite armour. And I have passed all 3!
Oh no, the Great Horned Rat has deserted me. After that Knight Questor kills 2 clan rats, my Warlock Engineer inflicts 2 damage on that Lord Vigilant. The Lord Terminos uses all-out attack and destroys the remaining clan rats. The clan rats deal 1 damage to the Knight Questor, while the Liberators deal 3 damage to the Norhole. To finish the combat phase, the Lord Vigilant attacks the Clawlord and the Warlock Engineer.
So I'm going to smash him on the head with my Hallowed Axe, and my Gryffstalker is going to attack your Clawlord.
Okay.
Any reactions here?
Not today.
He's going to let it go through. All right, hitting on 3s. And it's a good start for me. I'll take the 4 hits. 3s to wound. And do you know what? You made him real angry.
Oh dear.
It's 4 wounds at Rend 2.
May I ask how much damage they each are?
2 apiece.
In that case, he's going to visit the Great Horned Rat.
He's gone. Visit the great clan Scryer in the sky. The Gryffstalker is going to attack into the Clawlord then. Maybe get some wounds off here, hitting on 4s. Oh, come on.
Oh no.
Oh, come on.
Oh dear.
3s to wound. And it is going to be just the 1 wound.
That'd be a 5-up save.
Oh, you passed it. Okay, let's go. Come on now.
3 more clan rats come to the battlefield from the Seething Swarm ability, undoing all that damage the Night Questor did. I'm going to use the Endless Vermintide yet again, and I'm going to bring back some of those rat ogres. And they're going to pop out in your back lines from that gnaw hole down there.
Over 3 from me, so I guess about here's fine.
And then victory points. Well, I hold this 1 objective, and that's it for the objectives, so just 2 points there.
Didn't get your battle tactic because my general still lives.
I did not. You very selfishly lived.
So only 2 points.
Oh dear. That's the end of my turn. It's over to Nick again.
At the start of the Stormcast Eternal's 3rd turn, I've chosen the battle tactic Take Their Land, and I've chosen this nice handy rock right in Jimbo's territory. That Reclusion should have no problem holding onto it. So, hero phase abilities, and first of all, my Lord Veritant is really in trouble. Here, I'll add the Ancient Aura to them for extra protection. My Lord Veritant then attempted to chant the Healing Storm Prayer, but alas, Sigma has not listened and I failed the roll. Worse, I rolled a 1, I've lost any ritual points I would have had. As for their finest hour, well, it's time for my Lord Vigilant, the General, to take it upon themselves. It's their finest hour. It's time to take down Jimbo's General once and for all. With my abilities done, Jimbo then used 3 claw steps ahead once more, moving the unit of rat ogres that had come out of the gnaw hole towards my home objective. Jimbo, the nefarious swine, then used magical intervention on his Grey Seer to cast Wither on my Lord Veritant, hoping to kill them. He's cast the spell with the Grey Seer. The Lord Veritant's Staff of Abjuration has failed to unbind, but in the nick of time, the Ruination Chamber rules kicked in and stopped that spell from working. Saved at the last. In the movement phase, my Liberators are going to hold on to my home objective. They are stalwart defenders and their control score is really high. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the table, this Reclusion's going to hang around by this rock, score my battle tactic and those big victory points. My Prosecutor Champion swooped in towards that Grey Seer up on the platform. In the meantime, the Lord Veritant and the Lord Terminus are going for this big old mob of clan rats to harvest them good. The Prosecutor Champion's going to throw a javelin at the Grey Seer in the shooting phase. Here it goes. Got 2 attacks, of course, hitting on 3s. And it's 2 hits. 3s to wounds. And it is going to be 1 wound. So you're not getting a save from the javelin. And the Grey Seer can take 5 damage. He's already taken 3.
Roll a 1 or a 2, please.
3 plus on this dice, Jimbo. That's all it needs.
Oh, no.
And through there! Javelin through the Grey Seer. He's been slain.
Medically dead.
In the charge phase, the Lord Veritant and the Prosecutor Champion both made it into that mob of clown rats. But the Lord Terminus has failed, obviously weighed down by his huge axe. Now, my Liberators at the top of the table looked like they could have charged into those rat ogres and smashed them down with their warhammers, but I'm actually not going to charge in here. Holding my home objective is really important and worth big victory points, so they're going to stay where they are, shields up, ready to take the charge. Right, it's a combat phase, and it's time to take down this accursed Claw Lord.
Well, okay. Well, I'm going to use the Scurry Away ability.
You're going to run away?
I'm going to run bravely retreat.
Oh,
so, but it happens on a 3-up.
If you roll a 3-up, I've wasted their finest hour
completely.
No.
Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! I'm getting out of here.
Very well done, man. That was great.
I'm going to squeak away.
We're on to the fight abilities, and I'm going to activate my Night Questor first, who's going to attack into the clan rats and lay about them with his big old war blade.
Well, I'm going to use all-out defence on these ones, so see if they can survive this onslaught.
It helps. Hitting on the 3s. So not bad. I've missed only 1. So it's pretty good work.
Oh dear!
3s to wound. He's done 4.
5-up save then, because of my all-out defence.
And it's not served you well. That will be 8 clan rats meeting their Horned Maker.
So my clan rats are going to fight back into your Lord Veritant.
Yeah, I have no reactions to make here, no command points. Go for it.
4s and 5s.
Oh, that's a couple of 6s. I don't like to see them.
5s to wound.
Yep. And it's going to be another 1 there for 3 wounds. 3 saves to make for my Lord Veritant on a 3+. And what you're saying is, if I fail any of them, I'm probably dead. So I'll do them 1 at a time for dramatic effect.
Ooh,
here it
okay.
goes. The first one comes in. It's a good start. We're okay. 3+ save. Second one comes in. It's a good start. Come on now. Here we go.
Come on.
No! It's a fail. But don't forget, they have the Ancient Aura on them this turn.
Ooh.
So I have a 5-up ward against it. 5-up in Sigmar's name. No! The Lord Veritant has been slain by clan rats, no less.
Yes, yes.
Such humiliation. Seeking revenge, the Prosecutor Champion has lashed out with its Stormcall Javelin and finished off all of those clan rats. Jimbo, that's the end of the turn, and it's been a pretty good one for the Stormcast Eternals. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's have a look at the victory points. Now, I hold at least 2 objectives, so that's going to be 4 points. That's more than you. That's going to be 6. In fact, I hold all of them looking at the battlefield. And thanks to the twist as well, I'm going to get +1 victory point for that one, +1 victory point for that one, as I was the underdog. I hold your home one as well there, and I completed my battle tactic, so it's going to be 14 victory points for the Stormcast Eternals.
Ouch.
Come on. So at the end of battle round 3, it's 29 victory points to the Stormcast Eternals and 24 to the Skaven. I've taken all 4 objectives and smashed those Skaven apart. I've taken the lead as well, but there's still big victory points left on the table. If Jimbo can go first in battle round 4, he's got a good chance of scoring big. Jimbo's battle round 4. This is so crucial. Priority roll. Here we go, man.
Let's do it.
You've got to beat my 3. Can you beat a 3? What you got? Ah, it's yours! Are you going to be benevolent and give me the first turn, Jimbo?
Absolutely not.
And of course, as well, you're on less victory points right now, so the Skaven are the underdogs.
It's desperate times, and so for my battle tactic, I pick attack on 2 fronts. I've got nothing to do in my hero phase, so Nick, anything from you?
I actually have. I'm going to use the rally command on this unit of Liberators and hopefully bring them back and take on your Rat Ogres.
dear.
Here we go. How many rally points can I get? 4 pluses. Oh, I've done really well, Jimbo. 5 rally points means that unit of Liberators is back up to full strength.
Oh,
Let's
dear.
go.
My Claw Lord approaches the Lord Vigilant, but the Lord Terminos redeploys forwards, coming straight towards me. Okay, my general is going to shoot your general with his rattling pistol. He has D6 shots.
Oh, it's a big 6.
Oh, nice.
Not what I wanted.
Oh dear. Oh, not
a
bad.
bad roll at all. And
2 more.
2 more's a 4-up save. I've passed 3 but taken just 1 damage. I'll take that.
Now my Rat Ogre's going to open up with his Warp Fire gun into your Liberators. Try and take
down
some of them down.
The ones that just arrived.
2d6 shots.
Oh, it's not bad. Distinctly average, sir.
Hit on 2s though. Ooh, missed twice.
A few hits though still.
But wounding on 4s.
Roll low, Jimbo. Roll real low. And
2?
you've got 2. Okay.
2.
Means a 5-up save for my Stormcast. I failed 2. Is that going to be damage 1 apiece?
It is, yes.
That is enough damage to kill one of my newly arrived Liberators.
Well, he didn't last long. The Claw Lord charges the Lord Vigilant and the Rat Ogres charge the Liberators. In the combat phase, the Rat Ogres use the Unleash Warp Fury ability. They take 1 damage, but they're getting a lot more angry now. And then I put Claw Picked on my Claw Lord to try and finish off that Lord Vigilant. Right, I think I'll start with the Rat Ogres into the Liberators. Got to try and clear them off that objective.
You have. Now, as well, these guys are stalwart defenders. That means if there's even just one of them left alive, they'll have the control score needed to hold the objective. So I don't trust you're going to kill them all.
Well, as a reaction, I'm going to use all-out attack and I'm going to try and kill them.
That's a fair play. No, I trust in my Sigmarite armor and I need my command points elsewhere later, so I'm not going to use a reaction. I'm just going to trust in your bad dice rolls. 3s to wound. Oh, you've done so
not
well.
Not bad at
Oh,
all.
that's 6. I need to pass all of these. 4 pluses. No.
No. No.
I failed 5. That means the entire Liberators have been destroyed by the Rat Ogre.
You shouldn't have relied on that Sigmarite armour.
And do you know what? It makes me feel better. If I'd used all that defense, it wouldn't have been much better. So
that's true.
I'm all right. They've been completely wiped out. So it's my turn to activate, and I'm going over here. My Lord Vigilant is going to strike down your foul Claw Lord and stop you scoring your battle tactic for taking this objective off me. And to make sure of it, I'm going to use all-out attack to smash him down.
Well, I need my general alive, so he's going to use all that defence.
Here it comes, man. His hallowed axe is raised above his head, hitting on a 2 or more. Oh, okay, he still missed once, but all that attack was useful. He's got 2 more hits in there. It's 3s to wound. Oh no! The last minute, Sigmar has abandoned me. 1 armor save. It's going to be Ren 2. I really should have done better than that.
So it's only a 5-up. Can the Great Horned Rat save me?
Yes!
Oh!
No. That is bad news for me. However, I have got the Gryffstalker. The beast is going to attack you with its claws and teeth, hitting on a 3-up thanks to all that attack. I've hit twice. It's not going to be enough to kill you. 3s to wound. 2 wounds. Rend 1 this time.
And 1, 4-up.
Ah! Snake Eye says you're taking 4 damage from the Gryffstalker.
Okay, it's time for my general to strike back.
Can't believe he's alive.
I know, me neither. But now he's a cornered rat. You've injured him, so extra 3 attacks with his warp forged halberd.
Just made him angry. Go on then.
Here we go.
It's not a bad roll.
Not bad. Force to wound.
That is 2 wounds, Jimbo. And what's the rend right now?
That's Rend 2 because of Claw Picked.
And I used all that attack. I've only got a 5-up save, and he's already taken 4 wounds. This is damage 2, right?
It is damage 2.
If I fail both, my general's dead.
Oh no.
No! Not like this! I've been called back to Azir. My Lord Vigilant has burst into a lightning bolt and disappears from the battlefield.
Wow. My victorious Clawlord's foul hide heals 2 damage allocated to him. Okay, victory points.
Yep.
So I hold 1 objective for 2 points, a second objective for another 2.
Not more than me, so you don't get that one.
No, I hold your home objective for another 2 though.
Yep.
I'm the underdog, extra 1 over here.
Of course, with a twist.
And I completed my battle tactics. That's a total of 11 victory points.
What a turn with only 3 models left. Well done, man. On to the Stormcast Eternal's final turn. And here I've chosen my battle tactic to be Seize the Centre, as I think I can score it. In the hero phase, my Envoy of the Heavens enhancement was used on the Lord Terminus, and it's their finest hour too. He's going Clawlord hunting. As for the Ancient Aura, I'll put that down on the last Prosecutor, as I need them to stay alive. Jimbo then used 3 claw steps ahead and moved his Rat Ogres towards the centre. I know what's coming, brace yourselves. So on to movement abilities, and I've got to take the centre for my battle tactic, which is around here. So my Knight Questor is going to use my last command point on at the double, and just run as fast as you possibly can into the centre.
It makes sense.
I'll also be accompanied by my Prosecutor Champion, who will leave that objective and come and hold it as well. And between them, if they're still there, I'll score my battle tactic. In the shooting phase, I'm going to try and get rid of one of these Rat Ogres with a Stormcall Javelin from the Prosecutors. Here it goes, hitting on a 3 or more with a champion. It's 2 hits.
Oh no.
Perfect start. 3's to wound. It's 1 wound. It is Rend 1. Oh, okay, that's a failed save thanks to the Rend, and that's D3 damage. And there's 1 damage in the pool. I could kill a Rat Ogre on a 5 or 6. Oh, there it is! 3 damage. Adds 3 to the pool. That is enough to kill 1 Rat Ogre. So it's on to the charge phase, and there's one crucial one I've got to make. That Lord Terminus has to kill your Clawlord. It's time right now. It's an 8-inch charge, and I have no command points to reroll this. Yes!
Oh!
No problems! In the Lord Terminus goes, and is going to lay about you with his giant axe.
Oh no.
That's the only charge I've got to make. Have you got any charge abilities?
I do. Counter charge with the
thought
Rat
you might.
Ogre.
Yeah,
I'm
here we
going to try and deny your battle tactic.
Yes, you made it in! That's a real problem, because if I'm still in combat at the end of the turn, I don't score the battle tactic. So it's time for the combat phase. I've got no combat abilities other than fighting. Have you?
I'm going to bravely try and scurry away with my general. It's on a 3-up though.
Please fail. I need you to fail. Oh, it's a fail! So no scurrying away. You're staying right there for my Lord Terminus.
No, oh dear.
My Knight Questor is going to attack first into that Rat Ogre and claim my battle tactic if I can kill it.
Let's see what he can do.
Here we go. So 5 attacks hitting on 3s. And there's no crit mortals in there. You got away with that, but it's still 4 hits.
Oh dear.
His Warblade needs 3s to wound. And I've done 4 wounds. That's bad news for your Rat Ogre.
What's the Rend?
The Rend is a mighty 1, so he's still got a save.
I do have a 6-up save.
No, you pass 1, but 3 go through, 2 damage apiece.
He's medically dead.
It's the worst kind. Splat that rat. Well, that's great news for me, because I'm going to score my battle tactic. But you now get to fight with your Clawlord. I could be in trouble.
I need to kill this guy, so I'm going to fight him, and I'm going to use all-out attack and just try and put him down. So with my cornered rat ability, I do have the extra 3 attacks on my Warp-Forged Halberd, so it's going to be 2s to hit.
It's still the triple 1 you've been dreaming of.
Oh no! Force to wound.
Ooh, it's 3. Okay, it's their finest hour, so they're down to a 3 or more save. And of course, Jimbo, 1 at a time for dramatic effect. Oh, first one's passed. That's a pass. I'm going to survive it. Okay, so I've taken 1. What's the damage on this?
It's 2.
Okay, so thanks to the Envoy of the Heavens, I still have a 5-up ward, which I'll try and pass now. I failed both. I do take 2 damage. Any more attacks coming?
It's time for my Norbeast now.
Okay. It's worse for me, Jimbo, because I rolled a 1 from one of my saves earlier on. My Memorian has been slain. Well, I'll have my revenge for that.
So the Norbeast's clawed fangs have 4 attacks, and they normally hit on 4s. All that attack means they're hitting on 3s.
It's a great start,
Hit you
Jimbo.
all of the times, and it is 3s to wound.
Oh, you failed this time too, once again.
So, only 2.
3 or more save with their finest hour. I will pass both with
Oh
ease.
dear.
Come on now. Right, here comes the last combat of the game as I'm going to dispatch the Claw Lord with a huge axe terminus. He's going to execute you.
Oh dear.
He's hitting you on a 3 or more. Let's go. Well, that's a good start for me there as I've got 3 hits and that 6 does crit mortals. That's 3 mortal damage immediately before anything else.
Oh dear, I'm in trouble.
Now I'm winning on a 2 or more. Here we go. Anything but a triple 1, Jimbo. One's failed, but 2 have gone through.
I need 2 6s.
Okay, 1 at a time for dramatic effect, Jimbo.
Oh,
I'm sure we can
okay.
do this.
All right, rub it in.
First one comes in. No! Taking some real damage there. No!
Yeah.
The Claw Lord has been dispatched by the giant axe terminus. What a turn that was, the Stormcast Eternals, dude. The Rat-Ogres tried to take my battle tactic back from me, but no, it wasn't to be, and your Claw Lord is no more. At the end of the turn, I hold 3 objectives on the board. This one's still yours, but that means I'm going to get 6 victory points for that. Because I hold your home objective, I get 2 victory points for that as well. That's up to 8. And my battle tactic makes it 12. And doing the maths in my head means that's the slightest of victory to the Stormcast Eternals.
Oh, it was super close. It was an epic game, though.
It was. There was loads of great moments. I loved that battle between our 2 generals. You came out on top in the end, unfortunately.
I don't know. He's run away now.
My general's been killed, unfortunately. But what a game. Loads of great moments. And I mean, there's only 4 models left on the table.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty
You did
good.
well, man. It's been such a pleasure having you along to play the game with us. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys, hope you enjoyed the game too. We'll see you next time on Warhammer Plus.